Hi Goa Flow-ers, how are you? I am Anita Goa. I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to just check in a little bit with you and have a little bit of a talking video and answer some of the questions that I have been getting from you. I got this sexy Demi Moore voice for you today. I don't know if it sounds like Demi Moore to you, but I'm going to pretend like I'm Demi Moore's sexy, raspy voice. I'm going to blame it on last week when I filmed the Stiff in the Morning #6 routine outside by a Regent's Canal. It was really, really cold and windy, and I think that's what did it. But you know what? It was worth it. But I'm not worth much when I don't have a voice, that's for sure. So it's kind of hard to make a yoga video when my voice is like this. So I made a restorative video without a voice, and when my voice is better, I will have to do that as a voiceover. So probably this week there won't be a yoga practicing video, but hopefully by early next week it will be back, and hopefully by then I will be able to do the voiceover for the restorative video. Occupational hazards, right? That's what it is. I love my t-shirt. I saw this on Forever 21, is that what it's called? Yeah. And it made me laugh because it's just me, myself, and I basically on this channel. I'm the boss and I'm the staff. So be serious about taking it all lightly, that's for sure. But let me get cracking on these questions, and yeah, hopefully it will be interesting, and you will get some ideas and learn something, or maybe just be entertained if you have nothing else to do. Let me get started. All right, so the first question comes from Andrea, and I feel like I know you now, Andrea. I've heard from you over a period of time, so thank you for your question. The question is, do you have any tips for finding balance when dining with your loved ones? I often find that I eat more and much later than I want to because I want to share mealtime with my boyfriend. Sometimes I even eat breakfast before I want to, simply because I want to share mealtime together. I know it seems like a silly problem, but because I love togetherness, I sometimes don't do what feels right for my body. I think it's a great question. It's not a silly question at all. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. I struggled with this for a long time. I did. And back when we were living in New York, my husband had a job in finance that had him work really long hours, and he would come home late at night and then have his dinner. And of course he liked me to join him for dinner, but I never have liked eating my dinners late at night, and also I'm not a big fan of dinner. So it came to a point where I just had to be honest with myself, and I had to tell him that I don't want to eat so late at night. It doesn't feel good on my body. It doesn't make me feel good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat earlier in the evening when it suits me, and then when you come home, we will still have the meal time together. I won't eat, but you will. I'll have a glass of water, a glass of wine, or a cup of tea, or anything that I feel like having, and we will still have togetherness together. Because I think that oftentimes we think of togetherness over a meal with food, because we associate food with togetherness. I mean, this is so normal in so many cultures, right? But everything has to do with intention, I feel. So if we change our intention and we shift our perspective, then you can still have togetherness together even if you're not eating. And the best part is that you are honoring what works for you and your needs, and you're still honoring what works for your boyfriend or your partner. It's just that it's shifted a little bit, but you know, anything that's new is going to feel a little weird initially, but then eventually as you practice that, it's going to feel completely normal, and that's just what you do. So initially when I told my husband this, I could see that he was a little bit disappointed that I didn't want to eat when he ate, but then he honored, of course, what it was that I needed to do for myself. And that's what a person does when a person loves another person, right? We honor what works for them. And now he doesn't even think about it. He's just used to it. Anita doesn't like to eat late at night. Anita doesn't like dinners. That's just how it is. But it hasn't changed our relationship. It hasn't brought us apart. You know, it's just brought us closer together because we know what we like and what we don't like. And that is what really a good relationship is. So I say to you, don't be afraid of voicing what your opinion is and what your needs are. It's what you have to do in a relationship. If your boyfriend becomes your husband and then you and your husband have kids together, that's a whole other story and a whole other different circumstances that you have to deal with when it comes to mealtime and kids and all of that jazz. So this is just a little preparation for what's to come. So if he accepts this, then it's going to be a smooth ride moving forward. So that's just my 2 cents, that you have to do what feels right for you always. There are so many times when we have to do things that we don't want to do, but we have to do, and it doesn't always feel good. But when it comes to eating your food and having your meals together, I say stick to your guns. Okay? So good luck and let me know how it goes. So the next question is from 2 people. I got this comment from 2 people. Aruj says, is this the only exercise you do for your sexy arms? I really like yours. Thank you. And the next question was on from Pooja. And Pooja, I also know Pooja. I have met in real life when I moved to London. I met Pooja, so I know Pooja for sure. So Pooja says, can't help but notice that your arms have gotten so much more toned in this video and recent video. Do share some tips on getting definition in the arms. Have you been adding heavier weights? I find my arms to be the hardest to get definition on. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. What I basically do are all of the routines that I put up on this YouTube channel are programs that I make myself and that I do myself. But probably what has been the biggest difference in the look of my arms is, one, and it kind of funny enough relates to the previous question, is that I don't have much dinners at night. I'm now eating my dinners the way that I want to eat my dinners. I don't like big meals at night, or just like what we consider a dinner. I just like really light foods at night and early in the night, so that I can allow all of that to process, so I will sleep better and feel refreshed in the morning. So since moving to London, I have really applied that to my life. I will just either have a salad, or I have a lot of soups for my dinners. I just have like little sort of like tapas foods, light foods, and that to me works just perfectly. And I think that has made a huge difference in my body. Also, I don't eat any meat at home or any fish. I haven't done that in a really long time. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. I'm kind of a flexitarian. I sometimes will eat some meat if I'm out in a restaurant, in an Indian restaurant or something, but in general I don't. So I've sort of eliminated that. I think that that has made a huge difference. I eat more vegetables and, you know, very light foods. And the other thing that I have changed as of late is that my yoga practices really slow down. So I hold my yoga poses much longer. I don't do a million chaturangas anymore the way that I used to. I might do like 5, maximum 10 chaturangas in my practice, but each and every chaturanga that I do, I make sure that it counts. I've slowed everything down tremendously. And I also think that since moving to London, sort of my whole life has changed. I've slowed down everything, and I get much more rest here than what I did in New York. And I just think those are the things that have made a difference in the definition of my arms. Honestly, it might sound really weird because exercise-wise, I don't really do things that much more different than what I did in New York, or the exercises themselves. Everything is basically here on this channel. But I hope that that answers your question, Pooja. And if you have any other things to add to your question or anything else to ask, please ask me and I will answer it, okay? Yeah, the last question I will answer is from Pranita. I want to take my practice to the next level. Any tips and thoughts on that? Yes, so taking your practice to the next level can mean so many different things, and I think you need to ask yourself, what does that mean to you? Taking your practice to the next level could be, if you practice once a week, it could be practice 2 times a week, or it could be practice 3 times a week if you practice 2 times a week, or it could be developing a daily practice. Right? So that's one way that you could take your practice to another level. Another way to take your practice to the next level could be exploring new yoga poses that you haven't done before. So if you're not used to doing a crow, then you practice doing a crow. Or if you've been practicing for a while and you want to practice a handstand or a headstand, that could be another way of deepening your practice. Or adding on meditation, or looking at your diet and feeling, noticing how you feel, and adding changes or additions that's going to help you to feel better in your body. It could be reading more about yoga philosophy. Yeah, so that is basically my answer, that ask yourself what taking your practice to the next level would mean to you, and look at where you're at. Try to feel what you'll be interested in doing, and then go for it. Go for it. I hope that answers your question, Pranita, and I hope that that helps any of you who might be wondering about that as well. So my beginner plus series will begin once this voice has cleared out a little bit. So if you've done the beginner 8, then it's great to continue on with beginner plus, and then after beginner plus, then you will be a pretty solid intermediate, and then you have so much to continue to explore. Really, yoga is sky is the limit, and it's endless in how deep we can go if we just allow ourselves to go there. All right, so that was basically this little check-in video and a little Q&A. I hope that you enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you have any questions for me, just share them in the comment box below and I will answer them. And if you have anything to say, let me know how you're doing, how's it going with the videos, what you like to see coming up. I'm open. I'm open. I read everything that comes my way. I reply to everything that comes my way. And I love hearing from you. So I hope you're well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.